One of the biggest bonehead moves business owners make year after year is paying their taxes. Now, I'm not talking about tax evasion or tax fraud. I'm talking about the business owner that files their taxes, pays what's on the line, and doesn't think about it again until next year. I'm Daniel. I help business owners minimize the amount they pay the IRS, legally reduce their taxes, and put more money in their pocket. What I mean by just paying your taxes isn't anything to do with tax evasion or tax fraud. I fully believe that you should pay your legal amount. However, if you're just filing your taxes and you're not planning for your taxes, you're most likely overpaying the IRS. And I hate to break it to you, but the IRS, they'll take your money every single year. Now, when it comes to tax filing and tax planning, those are two separate things. And if you're just filing your taxes, what I mean is letting your CPA file your taxes every single year, you're most likely overpaying the IRS. When it comes to tax planning, that's a proactive approach to reducing your tax bill by using what the IRS allows, utilizing the tax law. Most of the time, your CPA or an accountant, they're looking backwards. They're looking at how much business revenue was made, what your expenses were, possible deduction or credit, and they're filing that to the IRS every single year. When it comes to tax planning, the difference is it's a forward-looking approach. It's proactive. It's looking at how you could potentially lower that tax bill by utilizing what the IRS allows for you. Now, I don't mean by utilizing some type of insurance product or what people talk about with life insurance, a tax-free income. I'm talking about actually reducing your taxable income for the year. Now, when it comes to reducing your taxes, there's a few mechanisms or levers that you can pull. On an individual side, you can reduce your taxes through contributions to a retirement account, charitable deductions. But as a business owner, you have more options and opportunities for that. You control more of what can be reduced on your taxes. So, first thing, if you're a business owner and you want to start being more efficient with your taxes, this is where I would start. First, look at your entity structure. How are you paying yourself? Are you filing as a sole proprietor, single member LLC? Are you an S Corp or are you a C Corp? Just because you have an LLC does not mean you have a tax plan. Don't get that confused. Next, if you do file with an S Corp, you need to look at how you're paying yourself. Is it through wages or is it through distributions? Because those are taxed completely separate. Next, how much money are you putting into retirement accounts? And be honest, business owners, I know you're great at running a business, but when it comes to it, you're not great at setting up retirement plans. Now, the normal worker, the W-2 worker, they work for a big corporation company, they have a retirement plan set up for them. They don't have to think about it. But you as a business owner, that's something you have to take care of. So, how much can you put into a retirement account? And if you want to, you can go ahead and create a cash balance plan. That's also a retirement plan with additional tax benefits to you. Other things you need to make sure you maximize are your charitable deductions. If you're donating to charity, make sure you maximize that. Another part of tax planning also comes by how you pay yourself and who you actually pay. For example, if you have kids that work in your business, there's strategic ways you can pay them to make sure that's the most tax efficient as possible. Essentially, you can take money off of your personal return, move it to your kids' tax bracket, and if done right, potentially have them in the 0% tax bracket. What I want to get to with all this is that tax filing and tax planning are completely separate. And if you believe that your CPA or accountant is just filing your taxes, sending them to the IRS, and then giving you a bill on how much you owe the IRS, you're most likely overpaying the IRS. And you don't have to. As a business owner, there's options for you, and tax planning is the primary way for you to be proactive in reducing your tax bill.